Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next part of the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Let's Play here on the HeavyBits channel. Today, we are in the final dungeon of the Light World, effectively known as the Mountain Tower, or its real name, Dungeon 3, the Tower of Hera. This is a dungeon introducing various enemies which you'll fight later on in the game. The most important of the moves are these mini Moldorms and these red Triceratops that you can't kill. However, this dungeon introduces you to the concept of crystal switches. Crystal switches in this game work if your crystal only appears in two colors, orange and blue. Interesting. I don't know why they did that, but I think it was more of the if you press orange or blue, then it works out fine. But it doesn't, so let's just get that shit out of the way. All right, now use the crystal switch to defeat the mini Moldorms. And then we climb up the ladder again. As you notice, you're not going to be able to do much, which is true, which is why you have to activate these switches. Once you have the key, you can go down to this to the lower levels. Why the lower levels? Because this place does contain more of these fucking blocks, the spinny blocks, which are prominent in this time, and they make an appearance in Ocarina time in certain dungeons, in particular the Fire Temple. So let's take a peek at this one. Head towards here, there, cross. Ouch! I have to hurt. Gotta avoid these blocks, because otherwise you're not gonna last. However, when you do survive the blocks, you move into the next dungeon, next roll. Take a bit of an action switch, like that. These Moldorms will go all over the place. What you do is you press you make it blue, but then you make it red. Go down here, and you'll find that there are some hidden areas, like so. Okay, I know we're in a rush, so let's do this. Get hit with those. Now these are giant. Now these babies are giant pots. They were filled with a lot of mana points. The big key is actually located here, which is the reason why we come down here. Now use the magic mirror. Trust me. Like that. It will reset the dungeon and you'll go back to where you were. I'm not feeling great, so let's do this. Now it's time to do all the important thing. Climbing up the dungeon. And say hello to these new enemies. They make their return later on, but they are the most annoying ones. Can't remember their names, but they're very, very annoying. But they also get killed. Blue ones get killed automatically. Red ones are hard to kill. So also you get these 6-star switches. This is what we call dungeon manipulation. I'll explain that in a bit, because it is very important to do this. Using the big key of the big dungeon here, you have to now start going up different floors. Sorry, I have got a really, really bad cough, and I've got blooded lungs. Right, now all you have to do is use the pentagram switch, the 6-star switches as manipulation. Also collecting bits as well. There are certain points. Blind tiles, Cadona do stuff. This is hard hat beetles. Yeah, these are hard hat beetles. The ones with the blue and red. They're called blue. They're called hard hat beetles. There's actually a key item in this game, which is mandatory. You will have to get it. It's going to be used for later because it kind of approaches that point where you will have to go to that area. Essentially, we're going to hopefully be immune soon to the terror that is. You see these items? We're almost there to the final bars as well. You can use pots here to kill these Triceratops-like enemies. Kodongos. Yeah, these are Kodongos actually. Surprisingly. Called Bombos. Anyway, that chest contains the compass. We have everything that we need here. Now, Sharisha, the elder, will tell you about the moon pearl that's hidden in this temple, or this dungeon. It is a very useful item, because otherwise we're not going to be able to go in. We're not be able to go further later on in the game. So let's do a bit of manipulation here. We need to press the switch and get to a certain point. That's the perfect switch. This bit's kind of tricky because it will throw a lot of new players out. So on the 5th floor, you will see you will need to manipulate the switches. So a certain hole will appear over. In fact, this is the final hole before we face off against the boss of this temple. So fall down here, and you will land right in front of the treasure chest. This is the moon pearl. This will prevent us from changing from this gives us a shield against the golden powers dark magic, as it were. So this tells you you won't be able to change shape now that once we go into the dark world again, like we've been before. Before we do that, we need to change the switch again, so we need to turn it to blue. Trust me, we're going to need this, because otherwise we're not going to be able to get any of the good stuff. Yeah, I know, it sucks. Right, turn the switch here to orange, which means the blue gates will go down. Still go up. Trust me, you're going to need this. This is really important. In fact, we're actually almost done with this dungeon. It's actually a 6th floor tower. It was only designed to allow you to get used to crystal switches and star shapes. They're going to be useful later on. And the certain enemies that we will definitely be facing, the hard hat beetles and the Kadongos. So, if you want goodies, fall down this hole, like so, which will take us all the way to the bottom via the holes there. And you'll land in the secret area. That'll do. Yep, that will definitely do. It'll take us back here. Right. Don't touch any of these. Like so. They contain hearts. And now, this is actually the easiest of the play, because now we get to take on the boss of the tower. This thing in the middle is our boss. This is Moldorm. This is the 3rd boss of the game. His weakness is actually quite simple. This is one of the most annoying bosses in the game, due to the small pit area that you'll be up against, and also his ability to bounce you off and let you fall down the hole. If you fall down back to the floor previous, you will have to do this fight again, and he will be at full health. That's why people are annoyed. And very pissed off, might I add. So remember, hit his tail, or as I like to do it, when he gets hit more times. And when he goes fast, he will have one more hit, and he will die. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we pick up our heart container. Taking on capture to 9, and our next item, the final pendant of virtue. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the pendant of power, not the pendant of wisdom as it describes. It's the pendant of power. Trust me, you have the red pendant of power, not the blue red power thing of wisdom. It kind of sucks. So. Now that we have all 3 pendants, it is now time to claim our ultimate prize. Let's go get the Master Sword.